Hello and welcome to another episode of Exvius Updates, the show that brings you all of the latest information for our amazing application, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global, available to you guys for iPhone, Android, and Amazon devices. I am your host, Shaly, and we're here with our always special guest.
Hi, I'm Hiroki. I'm producer of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global version.
That's right, and the last time that we did an update, we started talking about 7 stars because we know they're coming, they're on their way, but we need more information.
Yes.
We need to know more.
Yeah, I could feel their excitement at E3. So today we have not only the usual update information, but also we will explain about the detail of 7-star awakening.
Okay, excellent. So I cannot wait to hear how these 7 stars are going to work. Make sure that you guys are taking notes because there's going to be a lot of information thrown your way, and stick around to learn more about 7 stars.
Hello, I'm Dah Sol from the FFBE team, and today we are going to go in depth about these mysterious 7-star units.
All right, and when we talk about 7 stars, we don't mean that the units come out as a 7-star base, right?
Yeah.
So 5-star base unit will be able to awaken to 7-star unit.
Okay, so if you have a 5-star, you can evolve them all the way to 7-star. But what is different about having a 7-star unit versus, let's say, like a 6-star unit that you already have?
So there are several defining factors about 7-star units, and just to list out the big ones. First of all, 7-star units, similar to how it goes for each star base. The max level is going to be 20 levels higher than 6 stars. So the max level is going to be 120.
Okay.
And also, compared to the 6-star counterpart, your 7-star unit will be able to be fed a lot more status pots. So it's going to have a really, really high base stat line. Also, the LB's max level is going to go up as well. You can now level up your LB to level 30, and it's going to be super, super powerful. And of course, it's going to get a lot of new abilities as well. Lots of passive abilities, lots of active abilities that you can use as well. And perhaps most interesting is that 7-star units will get a new type of Trustmaster called Super Trustmaster, and we're going to get into that in a minute. So for the moment, those are the real big things about 7 stars.
In case of lightning, the hard parameter and extra abilities will be like this.
Yeah, somewhere
here.
here.
Screen. I see. So then, as you level them up, as you evolve them to 7-star, they will gain new abilities, but not only that, their statuses will also be boosted. I mean, by status, I mean parameters. And then we also have the Super Trustmaster that we're going to, touch on a little bit later on in the video. But we still need to learn how to go from a 6-star to a 7-star. Like, what is the process?
Yes. So in order to unlock to 7-star unit, so you will need a special awakening material, which is called prism.
So, in order to awaken a 6-star unit to a 7-star unit, you're going to need a prism corresponding to that unit. And in order to get those prisms, you have to convert one of your units, one of your units into a prism. And how this works is that, in case of lightning, for example, first, you have to level up the lightning that you want to awaken to 7 stars to 6 stars max unit as usual. And in order to get the prism for awakening lightning, you need to get one more lightning. And it doesn't matter if the other lightning is 5-star or 6-star awakened, but you have to convert that lightning into a prism that will correspond to lightning 7-star awakening. And by combining this prism into your lightning to be awakened, you will get your lightning to 7 stars. And when going to 7 stars, you don't start out from level 1. You actually start out from level 101. So it's a bit different from the usual awakening. None of those usual awakening materials. You need another unit of the same unit, one more of the same unit.
Right. So you will need an exact duplicate of the unit that you are trying to awaken to 7 star, and we all know that this is not the easiest thing to do. If you're not pulling frequently, or if luck hasn't been on your side, then you might have a lot of different units, but not necessarily 2 of the same one. But if you do have a second one and you're not, using it in your party to chain, or it's not an immediate need for you, then you can take that unit, convert it into a prism, and then use that prism as a material to evolve your main 6 star into 7 star.
You will need 2 5-star base units to make 7-star units, but because of that, it is very strong.
And when you're converting your units into prisms, one thing that's also going to be new to the game is that if you haven't completed the Trust Master for the unit you're converting, you will get a new type of unit called Prism Moogle. And this Prism Moogle is actually just the Trust Master part divided from the original unit. And for example, if you have a lightning that you're converting into lightning's prism, you'll get lightning prisms and the Prism Moogle of Aurora Scarf, her Trust Master. And how this works is that the Prism Moogle of Aurora Scarf, you can't put it in your party or anything, but you can feed it Trust Moogles like you would feed Trust Moogles to a regular unit. And if the Trust Mastery for this Aurora Scarf Prism Moogle gets to 100, you will just get that Trust Master. So even if you use up your second 5-star unit as a prism material, you will still have a chance to get that very valuable 5-star base Trust Master.
Right. So it means that even if you do have a unit which the TMR is not yet incomplete, you're still working on it. You evolve them to 7-star. You don't lose all of the effort and time that you've invested in that unit's TMR, because it will exist still in your inventory just as a separate unit in itself. So that's definitely something good, because it would be very sad if all of that Trust Mastery percentage were to go to waste.
Yeah.
The next, we will talk about the Trust ability. The Trust ability is that you can use only when the unit unique the Trust Master reward of itself.
Okay, so up till now, when we get Trust Master from a unit, we would usually take it to another unit and just have that unit use that. But at 7 stars, you will get super strong bonuses for equipping that unit's Trust Master ability or equipment onto himself or herself. In case of lightning, so for example, if you get Aurora Scarf and equip it on 7-star lightning, that Aurora Scarf is going to unlock a special skill, special ability for lightning called Nightly Flash. And we do understand that Aurora Scarf isn't the top-notch equipment, but the ability that's going to be unlocked by Aurora Scarf is going to be mind-blowing. It's going to make up for all that, and trust me, it's going to be worth farming Trust Masters for units that you're going to awaken to 7 stars.
Right, so it's putting more value into the initial Trust Masters of the units. Sometimes you get a Trust Master and you don't find it useful when you try to equip it to the unit that you wanted to equip it to, but now that we have 7 stars, you can really feel that that Trust Master was specifically made for that unit to use, and they would benefit greatly from equipping it themselves. So, work on those TMRs. If you have any 7 stars that you're planning to evolve soon. But not only are TMRs like super important, we also still have to talk about the Super Trust Masters, the Super TMRs.
Super
So
Trust Masters.
let's get into that.
So Super Trust Master is a very strong reward. It's much stronger than Trust Master.
Much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Super Trust Masters, these are unique to units that are awakened to 7 stars. And how it works is that it's totally separate from Trust Masters. Like, it doesn't matter how much normal Trust Master percentage you had, and it can't be raised by the average Trust Moogle. And you can only raise your Super Trust Master gauge by combining other units of that same unit type. For example, not unit type, but like the same unit.
Right, the identical.
The identical unit. And how it works is that, okay, so you have one 7-star lightning, and so 7-star lightning is going to have a Super Trust Master equipment called the Omega Weapon, and in order to raise the Super Trust Master gauge, you have to combine other lightnings. So this is going to be your 3rd and 4th lightning, and by combining 2 more lightnings on top of the unit lightning that you use for the prism, you will be able to get lightning's Super Trust Master.
So to shorten that, if you're trying to get a Super Trust Master, you're going to need a total of 4 identical units. 2, which are the ones that you will use in order to make your base unit a 7-star. And then the other 2 are pretty much worth 50% Super Trust Master value each.
Correct.
So whether you fuse them separately, one lightning and another lightning, 50%, 50%, they both go to the same place and then they reach 100% Super Trust Master together. Now, if you decide to combine those 2 lightnings into a 7-star so that you can keep the Prism Moogle for the Trust Master, if you fuse that 7-star lightning to your original 7-star, it will still get you the 100% because 2 lightnings are still within that one. So it doesn't matter what order you do in. I personally recommend spending that little bit extra awakening materials to get those 2 other lightnings you need for Super Trust Master to 7-star so that you can keep that Prism Moogle, but you do it your own way. It's however you would like to.
Yeah, but we strongly advocate what Shaly just said.
Yes. Super Trust Masters, of course, we understand that getting 4 identical units is very difficult to do. It's not easy at all. It's hard enough getting 2 for your 7-star. Much harder to get a total of 4 of the same unit in order to get the Super Trust Master. But it's definitely worth it because the Super Trust Masters have crazy stats.
And of course, we are planning that you can get the 5-star base unit easier than now.
Yes.
And the first batch of 7-star awakening units will come up in August.
Okay.
So we will talk about it on next update video. So please look forward to it.
Yeah, so start looking through your inventory, try to spot which units you already have duplicates for to see which potential 7-stars you can already create. If you have been lucky enough to get 4 of the same unit, you might have think it was a curse before because you're stuck with the same, like, oh, my 4th Knight Delta, or Delta, what am I gonna do with this one? Hey, now it's your chance to actually put those dupes to good use.
And now you probably don't want to fuse your dupe 5 stars into just getting those Trust Masters.
Yeah, I mean TMRs is definitely not for a 5-star. It's just use either Trust Moogles or go out there, and farm Earth Shrine all you want. But no more fusing 5 stars into other 5 stars. That's long behind us. We need those now in order to get our precious 7 stars.
Correct. Okay, so now it's time for the exciting new units, but before we move on to the new units, we would like to touch on the previous video where we talked about Atoning Dragon Kain. So in the previous video, we mentioned that Atoning Dragon Kain chains with Leela, but how it actually works is that kind changes with Atoning Dragon kind changes with Leela on the initial attack, but Atoning Dragon kind doesn't change with Leela on the second attack if you're dual wielding with both of those units. And inside the game, this was what was intended by the developers, but in this video, I understand that we gave out the wrong impression and caused a lot of confusion for a lot of users. And we wanted to take this opportunity to say that we're really, really sorry about this. And moving on in this video and in future videos, we will try to be as precise as possible, and so that there's no room for the wrong interpretation or there is any confusion. And before we moved on to the new units, we just wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, so now it's really, really time for the new units. And this time you're going to get a really, really important person from the FFBE story in the game.
Are we finally gonna start seeing some Veritases in our lives?
Oh, yes. Okay, so we are going to get 4 new units, and just to start off from the bottom to the top, our 3 to 5 star unit who is going to join with us, join in this occasion is going to be Lucille, a gunner type of unit who has very convenient AoE stop ability called Ricochet. And on the 4 to 6 star side, we have Zyle, another gun user, but this time a dual hand gun user. And Zyle is going to be a pretty gimmicky unit, and you can use he can have preparation turns and prepare into a really, really OP finisher. But if you overdo it, he might accidentally have it backfire and hurt your party.
Be careful.
So be careful. But these preparation type units really shine in those Chamber of Arms challenges where you can store up and send it to the bench and use it later when you really want. So maybe you can try Zyle out on your challenges. And another 4 to 6 star unit, Luminui.
Yeah, her name is quite a mouthful, so I don't blame you.
So Luminui is going to be a mini Ramza type character. She's going to be a bard, and who comes with AoE buffs, and she can have a turn to prepare into stronger buffs. And the special thing about Ruminu is going to be that she has some LB related abilities. She can boost your party's LB fill rate or use Entrust to give her LB gauge to other attackers or healers, etc. So you might want to test her out if you don't have a singer like Ramza yet.
Right.
And the new 5 to 6 star unit is going to be none other than Reagan.
Daddy's home.
That is. Finally, he shows his true face.
Yeah, it's so strange to see it so up and close before, because at the beginning of the game, you do get to see, snippets of Rain in CG form and Lastwell in CG form, but the Veritases we haven't really seen in their full glory. So this is the first one that we get to see, and out of armor as well.
So Reagan, well, let's start out with his most flashy bit, which is going to be his CGLB.
Okay, let's watch. Let's see it.
And here we go.
How old is he again? 800 years old?
800, well, certainly over 700.
Whatever cream he's using, I need it. He needs to tell me his beauty secrets, because he looks amazing for an 800-year-old man with 2 kids.
Yeah, instead of saving the world, they should set up
Yeah, just like a beauty shop, just be
Beauty shop.
like the secret to eternal youth and beauty.
It
No,
is.
but the LB is very much Reagan.
And our very first voiced LB.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I didn't hear the voice quite well, but we're not in the best setting to hear it. But make sure that you're looking out for that once you get your own Reagan and you play it. But I loved it. It's very becoming of him. You can see the duality of the fire and the ice that is, you know,
Yeah.
symbolism of Rain and Laswell, his two children.
Yeah.
And as a Knight of Grandsheld, he appeared very, very knightly. So I think the LB represents Reagan very well.
Definitely. And in terms of unit power-wise, Reagan is, well, if you remember Veritas of the Dark, you might remember him for his Divine Ruination Chains. And Reagan has those same Divine Ruination Chains as well. He fully chains, dual-wielded with Orlando, Veritas of the Dark, Sephiroth, and Reagan does also come with dual wield, and Reagan's thing is that his version of Divine Ruination is comes with fire and ice and peril, so elements that you couldn't really cover with your other Imperilors up till now, you can cover more easily. And on top of that, just like icing on the cake, AoE. He also has AoE stat buff. Bar Farraga, Bar Blizzaga for those pesky fire AoE, ice AoE, etc. And this is your chance to get him for the party.
Awesome. So not only can he protect you from fire and ice damage, but he can also help to inflict more fire and
Definitely.
ice damage, which just it's very interesting that he can do both
Yeah.
within the same unit, and especially knowing that he's Veritas of the Dark. So, you know.
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah.
Spoiler
he's-
alert.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that one. But, you know, hopefully you've been keeping up with the story because we're in the second season now.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully everybody's up to date and I didn't ruin anybody's storyline,
Yeah.
hopefully. But definitely look out for Reagan because he is going to be one of the good ones.
Yeah, and the story event that comes with the unit is really quite good as well. You might want to take a look into his dark past,
Mysterious man.
mysterious man. New units won't be the only thing. We will also be getting exciting ability awakenings for the units that we had as well.
Okay,
And
who are those units? Do tell.
so this time it's going to be a Veritas special.
Oh,
We have Veritas of the Dark, Veritas of the Flame, Veritas of the Earth, Veritas of the Light, Veritas of the Heavens, and Veritas of the Water.
so every single Veritas, basically.
Exactly. And on top of that, we will also be getting ability awakenings for Prish and Werai. So if you're a Prish fan or Werai fan, they definitely look forward to that as well.
Right, and we all know that the Veritases are very element affiliated units, so they all have a very great affinity to the element that has been assigned to them. So I'm really curious to see how
Yeah.
these ability awakenings are going to make them even more strong
Even more
within
stronger.
that particular element that they are representing. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Okay, and to compete with these exciting new units and ability enhancements, we will also be getting powerful new bosses and mind-blowing rewards to match those challenges as well.
I sure hope so, because you know I'm always up for a challenge. That's what we do here with FFBE. We're always open to new and more difficult bosses, albeit it does take us a little bit of time to get to each of them. But this time around, we're going to have 3 new things to look forward to around mid-July.
Yeah, mid-July-ish.
Somewhere around that time, but we're going Aldefera,
Aldefella.
right? So be prepared, look forward to that. We are also going to have in the Chamber of the Fallen, the Great Explosion Festival.
Oh, great.
What is that, you may ask yourself? Well, have you ever ran into a family of bombs?
Well, it's going to be a blast. but
Oh.
mostly on your party.
I
but-
see what you did there. It's gonna be a blast. Good one, that's
Yeah.
all. And the last one we're gonna have is also in the chamber of the indignant. It will be the scorn of the surging menace. You know, another familiar foe has appeared yet again, but this time even more powerful than before.
Either revenge or revenge or revenge.
Yeah, I mean, it goes like, I think nobody's ever happy once they've been like revenged upon, and then you just like feel like you have to go back at it and take your own revenge again. It's just like an endless vicious cycle, but we're okay with that because the rewards are worth it.
Merchant of Death.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, these new bosses. Well, the scorn of the surging menace is going to be something like a revisit, but it's going to be quite difficult. Well, all these bosses are going to be quite difficult, so you will really want to be prepared for these challenges. And we hope you good luck trying to take this on.
Yeah, make sure that you're preparing well, that you are getting as many, trust masters to help you along the way as possible, or that you are learning how to use your units better, because sometimes it's not necessarily about the equipment you have, but how well you know your units and how well you can combine them in certain parties to get the effect that you want out of a battle, as we have shown in our trial videos time and again. So.
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking forward to that. Hope you are as well.
Good luck. All right, and we have reached the end of our very informative show today. Lots of information and new knowledge to share with you guys on this day.
Yeah,
Indeed.
but before ending, so will you take a look at under this video screen?
What's under there?
Screen?
I don't.
So the
see?
subscriber.
No, I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
That's right, subscriber. That's right.
Whoa.
So, the official Final Fantasy Brave Exvius channel on YouTube had reached 40,000 subscribers.
Oh my goodness, 40,000 of you watching.
Thank you so much,
That's
everyone.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we appreciate all of your support. So we will give you a rare summon ticket.
Okay, well, I mean, what is there to say except for thank you so much for stopping by and watching our videos and for subscribing to the channel. You know, we work really hard on these, and some of the time things don't go as planned and we have to backtrack a little, but we do it trying to keep you guys in the know, trying to share with you the information that we can share, because we want you to be excited about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, because it's a very exciting game.
Yeah, and the game itself reached the second anniversary, but we aren't going to stop here. We're going to do our best from here as well, and go on to the third year and fourth.
That's right.
That's right.
And fifth and sixth.
Yeah. So I'm so happy right now. So if this official channel will reach 50,000 subscribers,
50,000.
yeah, 50,000. So we will give you 5-star guaranteed EX ticket.
Oh, yes. Very, very valuable. I mean, we only get the one for the 40,000 celebration, but that's because if we reach 50,000, we'll get a 5-star EX ticket. I think it's worth it. I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah, invite all your friends.
Yeah, just tell your mom to subscribe to the channel. Your dog can subscribe. Anybody is welcome. Yeah, as long as we can get that 5-star EX ticket, am I right?
If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe our official YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely subscribe every time that you're watching. You know, maybe some of you just come here to watch and then leave because you don't really care for all the notifications. But just know that by subscribing, you are helping everybody else reach that goal of just free tickets. So it doesn't hurt anybody. You know, if anything, you're helping your FFBE community members. So make sure you do that. Also, don't be shy. Leave comments down below and questions for the next episode. Hopefully, we can pick some of those up and answer them for you guys. And can't wait to see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.